Today we're going to do a beef and broccoli stir fry, but not in my carbon steel wok. We're going to do it on the Blackstone 17-inch griddle. So let's get started. I'm using 9 ounces of prime beef tenderloin. It's just for the two of us. And I sliced it really thin, less than 1/4 of an inch thick, and put it in a little bowl. Now let's make the marinade. I'm using cornstarch, Shaoxing wine, soy sauce, a little sesame oil, baking soda, kosher salt, and a little bit of MSG. Now massage the meat thoroughly. Don't be shy here. The more the better. And then let it sit for at least 30 minutes in the bowl. Now for the sauce, cornstarch, soy sauce, sweet soy sauce, oyster sauce, little sesame oil, and some cornstarch that I didn't show here. Mix it up real well and set it aside. Now turn your little Blackstone griddle to high and make sure you have all the ingredients sitting next to the griddle ready to go. This cook's going to go really fast once we get started. Now use your infrared thermometer, and the griddle should be reading about 480 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit after about 9 minutes, okay, depending on your griddle. Add about 2 tablespoons of oil. I like to use avocado oil here. It has a real high smoke point. And take your spatula and spread it around a little bit. You don't want too much oil, just a nice thin layer. If your griddle's seasoned right, it won't really stick too much. Now drop on your meat and start spreading it around. Remember, the griddle is really high and the meat is cut really thin. And by the way, at this point, let me tell you that this recipe, exactly as you see it, except for the griddle, can be done in your wok. It's a great marinade for the meat and a really super sauce that it really came out nice. And plus, it's very quick. Give it about maybe a minute and a half, turning and flipping the meat the whole time. It's not going to need any seasoning because you have plenty in that meat marinade. Now, if you've got a bigger Blackstone griddle or any griddle, maybe 28-inch or the 36-inch, you've got several burners to deal with and actually use for different areas of different kind of heat. With the little 17-inch, you got one right in the middle. If you turn it up, like I said, it's going to be close to 500 or so in the middle. And then the edges are going to be somewhere around 300. And I'll show you what we're going to do in just a minute. Now, after about a minute and a half on that tenderloin, drop in your minced garlic and your minced ginger. And that stuff will burn really fast. So flip it around a couple of times for only maybe 30 seconds or less, maybe 20 seconds. And then you're going to press all your meat to the side of the griddle where it's only about 300 degrees, and it'll stay warm there while we do the next step. And that is scrape off some of the big chunks and get them down the hole in the back. Add another 2 tablespoons of oil or so and drop down your sliced onions. I did them in little slivers, about 1/2 cup. Again, the ingredients and the amounts are listed below in the description. Drop on your blanched broccoli florets, which I also quartered to make them a little bit smaller. You can use broccolini too. I know a lot of people do. At this point, make sure you turn your heat down to medium-low, and you're going to give maybe 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute of tossing these vegetables. Now, the longer you cook these vegetables, the softer they're going to get. And most people, including us, we like our vegetables still with a little crunch in them in stir fries. By the way, at this point, if you would you hit the like button? the bell button and the subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. It would help us with being able to do more videos. Using your spatula or 2 spatulas and your scraper, bring the meat back in and toss them with the vegetables. Get them all nice and even and combined on the griddle to get ready for the sauce. Now at this point, just before we put the sauce on, you're going to want to turn the heat off, which I forgot to do until I started to put the sauce on. So turn the heat off because there's so much residual heat, you're going to burn the sauce. And by the way, this sauce is so good, I can't even describe it to you. So check out the ingredients in the sauce and you'll see why. Once you get them on, once you get the sauce on, there I'm turning the heat off late, but that's okay. You're going to toss it for about 30 seconds. And like I said, the broccoli is pre-blanched, so it doesn't need much cooking. It just needs to be heated up. If you want to leave your broccoli raw, you're going to have to cook those vegetables a lot longer and use a little steam under a dome. But this way it works out really well and really quick. Grab yourself a big bowl and get all the beef and broccoli into the bowl. Get ready to bring in the house. Now while Loretta is bringing the beef and broccoli in the house and finishing up the white rice, give your grill a squirt of water. Make sure the lid's on so it doesn't squirt everywhere. And give it a few scrapes while the griddle is still hot. I almost always do this, especially when I use ingredients that have a little bit of sugar in it. You know, like the soy sauce and these onions. And just scrape everything toward the back. Give it another squirt or 2 of water. And give it an initial clean. After dinner I came back out and cleaned it again and then re-seasoned it a little bit, wiped it down, and it was ready to go. Just spoon it over some steamed jasmine rice. By the way, thank you to J. Kenji Lopez Alt for inspiring this recipe. Check out his YouTube channel. And then hit it with a couple of handfuls of sliced green onions. Beef and broccoli stir fry on a Blackstone 17-inch griddle. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. We appreciate it.